I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Here we go. It is another edition of the Daily Puck Drop here on Monday, March 23rd. Welcome in, kiddos, here on a Monday. Happy opening day week to one and all. The Daily Puck Drop here on a Monday. We'll catch up with the go-to guy, Jimmy Moore, from a Safeway parking lot in Sandy, Oregon. No better studio on the move than Sandy, Oregon, on that Safeway parking lot. JSN, big deal. We'll get to that. NBA expansion news. The Puckett crisis firm. The Mariners stole my statement. I'm waiting for payment on that one. And he's back. Old school baseball with Bill Krueger coming up in the show today. We got a brand new sponsor with Bill Krueger. Excited to announce that. All right, we're in the Limback Lumber Studios. Contractors, they got free deliveries, everything from whole house packages to homeowner DIY projects, largest stock moldings in the Northwest, old school service. They've been doing it since 1930. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a call, 206-782-3487. Visit them online at limbacklumber.com. Visit me on all the social media platforms, Puck Sports everywhere, except for TikTok. It's Puck_sports. And visit pucksports.com. Sign up to become a Puck Sponsor member for just $5 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, from a Safeway in Sandy, Oregon, where hopefully somebody will come up to and knock on the window, it is the go-to guy, Jimmy Moore, brought to you by...
Hey, Puck, it's good to be with you from Sandy, Oregon. It's a nice day down here in Sandy. Brotherton Cadillac and Shoreline, Brotherton Cadillac and Brotherton Buick GMC in Renton. I've told you what you can expect, but in case you've missed it, from Brad Brotherton, you get customer satisfaction thanks to a dedicated, no-pressure, stress-free sales approach. It's just one of the many reasons why they've been around for so long, all the way back to the early 1900s. 4 generations in the car business. Check them out in Shoreline or Renton, or visit them at brothertonauto.com. Also want to thank Brian Turner. You know, he's the guy at acleanstreak.com in Oak Harbor. He will die for you. He will get on the ladder. He will clean the roof. He'll clean the gutters, pressure washing your driveway. Their crew, they do it all. Window washing, you need that done. Spring windows cleaned. Give Brian Turner a call at 360-395-5748 or visit at cleanstreak.com. God, I nailed those ads today, damn it.
Yeah, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, where is the applause? Do I have an applause button around here somewhere?
Give me the air horn.
You want the air horn? Hold on. I don't know. Can you hear the air horn?
Yeah. I can hear it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what?
I usually suck at that stuff.
No, you don't. I'm proud of you. What takes you to Sandy, Oregon? You just looking for stray people in the parking lot, or what are we doing?
Well, no, I'm heading up to Seattle. I want to see my grandkids. I got a buddy I want to stop and see. And then I stay at my mom's house in Fairwood when I come up there, and they're down in Arizona, and they're coming back next week. And so I thought, I want to be a good son and change the sheets and make sure that the house is all tidied up. And so I'm going up for that. Plus, I saw the weather report for tomorrow, and I thought, God, I want to get back to Seattle and experience that. I saw a half an inch of rain, breezy and windy and wet all day tomorrow. I can't wait.
Yeah,
and then, because I want to hydroplane on I-5 if I can get going fast enough when all the brake lights will be out there tomorrow. I'll be driving, in the Rainier Valley area, and then I'll be going to Juanita. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, well, it's, you know what? You've nailed all of it. You've everything. I was driving home Saturday afternoon from Ravensdale, Washington.
Where were you? Were you at
the Ravensdale Park? I know where
that complex there. How awesome was that complex?
Great complex. I just, can we get one of these tournaments that are maybe in the north end somewhere? Is there anywhere that we can have a baseball tournament that's up north?
But that place is worth driving to, Puck.
It's fine. It's great. I mean, and it gave me an excuse to go to the world-renowned Black Diamond Bakery afterwards.
Yeah.
You ever been there? It's a great bakery, great little downtown of Black Diamond. I'm just saying it's a pretty drive. When you go the back way through Issaquah, back there, Hobart Road. It's wonderful. The baseball complex is tremendous out there. It's great.
Yeah. The Ravensdale Market, they have Neckos. For anybody who likes those Neckos, they have that.
I don't know what that is.
Neckos?
No.
They're these little nickel-shaped, chalk-flavored things that come in. I mean, I used to have them as a kid, and so whenever somebody has them, I always buy them because I used to like them as a kid. Yeah,
and
Neckos. You don't know what Neckos are?
I don't. Is Ravensdale Market that has the stock on them, or what's the deal?
Well, you just can't find Neckos everywhere, but I remember that the Ravensdale Market has them.
2.5 hours, though, to get home Saturday afternoon. 2.5 fucking hours to get home.
On a Saturday afternoon?
It just shouldn't be that long. Ravensdale is like, what, 50 minutes away?
The middle of the night from Ballard, if you were to try and get to Ravensdale, it would be an hour max.
I mean, I-5 something was wrong with I-5. Then 99 something was wrong with the tunnel. And then you try to go downtown. I don't know what was going downtown. Everything is closed downtown. And then you try to make your way back through like Westlake to get back onto like Mercer to get back onto 99. But then the North Tunnel, the on-ramp was closed. It just was a cluster. A day, Saturday afternoon, late evening, day not to be on the road in Seattle. So
what was, in those 2.5 hours, what was the number one most frustrating moment, and what did you do?
Just nothing. It just a lot of traffic. I mean, whatever.
You don't get irritated and hit your
Well, of
your
course I get
wheel?
irritated. Yeah,
I mean, are you slamming the steering wheel or the dash or anything?
No, when I'm driving Goldie, it's just, it's a very, because she doesn't go much, and she needs a lot of room to get, I can't weave in and out of traffic like if I was in another car. So she's very calming.
Okay.
Very calming.
So you took Goldie to tailgate before a kid's game?
We're not tailgating. Not everybody.
You're not drinking before your kids' games?
I'm not. No.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Maybe later in the season when it's warmer, but not at 9 a.m. I'm not an alcoholic like you are. I mean,
you can have an Irish coffee or something.
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem.
Bloody Mary?
9 a.m. What do you want to?
Well, that's when you have Bloody Marys.
Yeah, I've got to drive.
Well, you got a 2-hour game.
Some of us are responsible, Jim. Some of us are not. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, Puck.
Some of us,
You live on your pedestal. You live there.
It's a very big pedestal. No, there was no cocktails. There was no cocktails being consumed. All right, we wake up to the news though. You know who a man who's going to buy us a lot of cocktails in town? Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Huh? How about that?
I had a lot of time on my hands driving from Bend to Sandy this morning after hearing that news. And
here we go, where he promotes somebody else that he listened to. Go ahead, Jim.
No.
Just go ahead.
I'm not doing that. This is my own research.
Hey, I was listening to Blank and Blank show today, and they said this.
I was listening to Sirius XM, the golf channel, actually, on Sirius XM.
Hey, Matt Fitzpatrick. Let's go, Matty.
I was happy that Matt won yesterday. Were you?
So was I. I wish. No, I would have been really happy if Brooks Koepka would have won. But.
Okay. Yeah. No, Matt Fitzpatrick. So I was just listening to the Golf Channel. No, I was just figuring out in my mind that, okay, I've worked 45 years. That was my career, 45 years. From my first day at 1979 at Ketchikan, Alaska, at the Daily News there, to KJR, 45 years later, that ended unceremoniously. I can't even say that. It ended poorly. I'll go with 2 syllables instead of 5, okay?
Yeah, I got you.
So 45 years in a career where I probably averaged 60 grand a year. And I figured that Jaxon Smith-Njigba, whenever his contract starts, is going to make what I made over the course of my career in a game and a quarter. So 5 quarters, he will make as much as I did in my entire 45-year career.
Wow. Man,
but then you could also argue that he's a hell of a lot better at what he does in his profession than I was at mine, so I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Were you surprised, or?
Well, it's just, I mean, 5 quarters. He's getting $2.4 million a game. What I don't understand, and good for him, I'm happy for him. He deserves to be the top receiver, paid wise in the NFL. But why is there such a big difference between running back and wide receiver? Should you pay a wide receiver twice as much, 2.5 times as much as a top running back in the league?
Yeah, I just think it's a different position. I mean, those guys play a lot longer, and they're more elite than the elite running backs. The wear and tear on a wide receiver is not the same wear and tear on a running back.
Okay. I just don't think it should be 2.5 times more, though.
Well, what's the average? I think the average span of an NFL running back is like 2-3 years. That's not for a wide receiver.
Even more reason to give the guy more money for that.
Well, why? He's going to be replaced in 3 years. Why would you give him a lot of money?
Because his career is so short. And we're going to be grateful and thankful to you to ball out for us while you have your legs under you.
It's not how it works.
I know.
It's rinse and repeat. There's a dime a dozen of these running backs. There's very few Jaxon Smith-Njigbas. There's of the top running backs, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. So you just kind of shrugged at $42 million a year then?
Well, I don't shrug at it. I mean, I don't shrug at all. It's unbelievable. He's worth it. He put up a phenomenal season. He reached probably heights that I don't think anybody thought he was going to reach, and he said he wanted to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league, and I think he was going to get it. And they had to do something. I mean, this is why that even if you wanted Ken Walker back, that they weren't going to bring Ken Walker back, not because they didn't like Ken Walker. They didn't like Ken Walker because he was going to command too much money. Now you're going to see, because they exercised the option on Witherspoon as well, so you're going to see another big deal for Witherspoon coming. So these are the hard choices they got to make, and because they work in a cap, they got to fit everything under the cap. And but yeah, I'm not surprised that he got this. I am surprised by this, that he ended up being as good as he was this year, because I think I was, not that he wasn't good, but I didn't think he'd be like this.
Well, okay, so you were in the camp that when Metcalf went to Pittsburgh, you thought that JSN would tail off a little bit? Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I just didn't think he was this dominant number one outside wide receiver. I mean, he doesn't look like those type of guys, and I didn't think he had it in him. But man, he was just phenomenal. And I just think it's not only how he is on the field. I think he is as a teammate. There is no drama with this guy. He blocks.
There's no diva whatsoever in him.
No, he doesn't act like a diva at all. At all.
No. What a great thing for him and for the franchise. And you're right. What's Witherspoon going to get? Is he going to get $30 million?
Well, yeah. I mean, probably whatever that. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. We're cap talk free zone. I'm not really sure what his market is, but whatever the top market is for these corners, he's going to get.
Well, just throw a number out there and sound like you know what you're talking about.
No, because I hate those guys. Well, I don't know, these API, this cap, and blah, 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 percentage, and blah, blah, shut God.
Well, that's the kind of thing you're supposed to talk about that as a sports talk show host, how this is going to affect the salary cap and how it affects other moves in the puzzle of John Schneider.
Not on this show. We talk gambling and life.
Oh, God. I don't want to talk about gambling, man. I bet on underdogs all the time.
Yeah.
Not a good weekend to be betting on underdogs in the NCAA tournament.
I'm checking my Venmo. I haven't seen the money come through yet.
I don't have it. I have zero in Venmo.
You know, you have zero in your bank account?
I don't have it. You know what I'm thinking about doing, and this is pathetic, and my wife would be really upset with me if I told.
Don't go to the money loan place.
No. I'm thinking. Well, yeah. Well, I'm thinking about going to the credit union.
No.
No. I have to though, because I've already written that I'm putting $500 on the Mariners to win the World Series this year, and I haven't done it yet. And I got 3 days until the season starts, and the odds have dropped from 13-1 to 12-1. You know that tells you that you got the check mark from Gamblers Anonymous if you go to the credit union to get money from the line of credit to bet on something, and you get a double check mark if the guy at Gamblers Anonymous finds out what you took the $500 out to bet on the Mariners.
Hey,
you really do have a problem. Don't you think that's a good bet this year?
Yeah, that's a great bet. It's a great bet. I think just ask if you want an early advancement for next month? Is that what you're asking me?
I know, but
Do you want it? Do you want? Is that what
I was going to say?
Is
Yeah,
that
take the $50 out of what? Huh?
Do you want an
No.
early advancement from the CFO of Puck Sports? Is that what you're asking?
No, I don't want that.
That's what.
What I do want is to go double or nothing on the 50 I owe you, though.
Oh well, of course we can do that. Yes. What's the bet you want? What do you want?
I feel like anything I touch in the NCAA tournament is just garbage.
What do we got tonight? Let's chase
what
something
in the world
tonight.
possessed me to take Texas Tech last night after watching that game?
Well, Alabama's got. Well,
I mean, come on.
Well, I'll tell you why. Their best player is out because he's selling weed.
Ooh, Alabama's?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
well, Texas Tech's best player's out because he tore his ACL.
Yeah, but I mean they had a starter that was, maybe he was not their best player. He was a pretty good player. He was out selling weed out of his dorm room or something. I mean, Jesus.
Why should that get him a suspension?
It was like it's still illegal to sell it.
There's no good reason for that. It's anything goes in college sports now.
Well, this is more of a, I think, federal law issue here. You can't just be an open drug dealer.
Well, if you're selling pot, big deal.
Yeah, I think it was large amounts of it. I'm not here to judge the man. I'm just telling you what happened. Odd.
Okay.
Jesus. You can go before
he must have been one of the most popular kids on campus.
He probably was. Selling a bunch of shake and all this kind of stuff.
God, you could argue that he's a dumbass, though, if it affects his NIL money.
Well, you would think he was getting NIL money. I don't think that was a bad bet. What was the line again?
Texas Tech was favored by 1.
Yeah, well, then Vegas thought they were better, so it wasn't a bad bet. They just got crushed. Alabama played great. Texas Tech played terrible.
Well, okay. In hindsight, it turned out to be a bad bet.
Well, of course, in hindsight.
As in really bad bet.
What else did you bet? All right, we don't got anything right now because do we have NIT? Is there NIT tonight? You want to chase that?
I don't even know. I don't know who's in the NIT.
Well, we don't have any games tonight. We have games tomorrow: Wichita State, Tulsa, St. Joe's, and New Mexico. Well, hey, I know what we got. Have you ever bet on the women's tournament?
I have not bet on the women's tournament, but I bet on a game once. I think it was Texas women against UConn.
I present to you some lines. If you like anything, we can bite. Starting in about a half an hour from now, number 2, Iowa. The Lady Hawkeyes are favored by 13.5 over the Lady Virginia Cavaliers. Okay.
What are the Cavaliers seeded?
They are the 10th, and they enter into the arena also with Enter Sandman.
Okay. I'll take the Hawkeyes for $50.
Hold on. Do you want to hear the other games or just go with that? Because there's more.
No, I'm just thinking about the listeners. They're probably bored with this line of conversation.
Jim,
here.
They were bored when the show started at 10.
I could read another ad if you want.
No. You want to take oh my God. This is there are some absurd lines in these women's games. This is like the disparity with like women's basketball of like the top teams and the really bad teams. UConn is playing Syracuse today. Now, this is a second round matchup. Okay. Syracuse is a 9th seed.
So Syracuse won their first game.
Yes, Jim. That's when you play in the second round, you have won your first game in a tournament.
God, you're such a dick. I'm glad I'm only doing one show this week. This abuse. I used to think Wyman and Danny were bad, but you might be worse.
Is there anybody else around?
I'd appreciate it, like, if you take swings at me that you don't swing at my ankles. I know it's kind of hard for you to do that, though, because you're so damn short. But, I'd appreciate it if you take a shot at my chin once upon a time.
Hey, do you think that is there anything to make you taller? Is there a doctor that's watching or listening? Can they do like any implants in your feet to give you a couple inches?
No, but I think it's been proven that if someone gets skinnier, that they end up looking taller.
Oh, so there's a short joke and a fat joke.
Okay, come back with the old one.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Hey, I look pretty damn good today, though, for 68, don't I? Look at that. The white hair. I took a shower this morning.
Okay.
I tipped the scales at 208 yesterday, and I'm proud as hell of that.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Syracuse is getting 35.5 points today. It's a second
You kind
round
of have to
game.
take that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. 35.5. South Carolina is favored by 23.5 over USC. UCLA is taking on Oklahoma State. They're favored by 26.5. These lines are absurd. All right, so who do you want? Do you want Iowa?
Yeah, I'll go with Iowa. What are they giving? 13.5?
Yeah, I don't like this at all. I'm getting suckered into this.
Well, you think
You know
I know
what?
anything? You think I know anything about either team?
Actually, now that I think about it, you don't get a pick. This is, you don't want to pay me. You want to go double or nothing. I'll pick the game. Yeah, I'm going to pick it. If you want to do double or nothing, I get to pick the game, or you just pay me the $50. It's your choice there, broke man.
I'll roll the dice. Go ahead. You take whoever you want, because I can't pick them. Go ahead and take UConn or take who is it? Syracuse. Take Syracuse for the points.
Give me the Syracuse. What do we call them? The
Orange women.
Orange are they the orange women? Give me. That's a lot of points. Give me Syracuse plus 35.5.
Okay, we're going 50 on that. What time is that?
That game will tip 3:00 on ESPN.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
So what am I supposed to say? 3:00 our time today?
Yes.
Okay, I'm supposed to be playing with my 3-year-old granddaughter. Should I say at 3:00 today that? No, I'm sorry, Addie. I can't push you on the swing right now.
Yeah.
Why not, Papa Jim? Well, Papa Jim's got some action on. Papa Jim, you're betting on a women's basketball game?
Hey, you know what?
Yes, Papa Jim is that sick, honey.
Yeah, and then ask what's her name? The granddaughter's name? Or you don't have
Addie.
to say it if you don't. Addie. And by the way, Addie, you have any money laying around that Grandpa can get?
Did Mommy and Daddy give you a piggy bank?
Yeah. Do you mind if Grandpa? Look, Grandpa Jim's gonna break this open, but don't worry, he's gonna replace it later. God,
Papa Jim, I didn't think you liked the Huskies. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I do today.
Yeah, we're going with them today. All right, so JSN gets a big deal. We should have some news coming down shortly on some NBA kind of expansion news. So be on the lookout for that coming up. It might have already come out, but we'll kind of wait and see. Nothing. What
are you getting at? Who's your inside
Well, nothing
source?
groundbreaking. I think something's going to come out today that's going to have an impact on the NBA expansion news regarding Kraken ownership and maybe their role in it, and just like a title or a new organization that's going to be created for the NBA team. I would just be on the lookout for something coming out later today. By the way, Tim Booth, great guy, covers this whole story, SeattleTimes.com. He's going to be in New York City. I think he flies out tomorrow, and we'll be on there. And Adam Silver's scheduled talk around 12:00 our time on Wednesday. Again, it's going to be rubber stamped, sealed, and delivered. They're just going to vote to move on to start talking and taking bids on expansion with those two cities. And maybe we get some more information on potential ownership groups and who's got the billions and billions of dollars laying around, Jim. You and I don't have it. God knows, because we got no money right now. So, but it's a big week. I think this is a big week for Seattle sports fans. One, we got opening day on Thursday, so we're a few days away from that one. They've got World Series expectations. This is the favorite in the American League, one of the favorites in the American League. And if they can stay healthy, they're going to be probably right there at the end. Another opportunity to get their first ever World Series. And this week is another huge step, Jim, and the return of the NBA and the Sonics here to Seattle. It's a fun week, one would say.
No, you're right. And you got two sources back there. Tim Booth and Chris Egan's going back there too, isn't he?
I don't know if Egan, I'm not sure if Egan is going back. I think there was some talk that he was going to go back. I'm not sure if he's going to, but I do know that Tim is definitely going back for sure. So we're going to catch up with Tim tomorrow.
Even though it's 2 days of meetings, it sounds like the concrete news will come out Wednesday.
Yeah.
if I'm reading between the lines right. So, and I think you're right. We got that statement last week from Shams Charania, the NBA analyst who used to be he took over for Woj as the main guy for breaking news in the NBA, that this is going to happen. And I'm with you. It's going to be a rubber stamp deal. I know there's still some fans that are skeptical until it actually happens, but I think this was different, what was reported last week, and I think we're going to see that for ourselves this week.
Yeah, I think it's going to come out. I think it's going to come out, and everyone's going to be happy about what the results are. And again, it's just another step of a team that's going to return to play in a couple of years, and the people are going to get all excited about it and can't wait to see what transpires. And it's phenomenal. It's been a long wait, and everyone's kind of tired of it, and so we should get some good news coming out here in the next week. Hey, did you see where the Mariners finally adhered to the Puckett crisis firm? Did you see the? I mean, literally, I'm not joking. They owe me money. They owe me money for that statement, because that's literally what I said. Someone over there listened to it. I mean, even though they don't want to credential Puck Sports, they're stealing my material.
I'm surprised by that, actually, Puck.
You know.
I don't.
So they're stealing my material, but the Puckett crisis firm wrote the exact statement they used with Randy Arozarena and Cal. I mean, like verbatim. It's hilarious.
Okay, what do you think made Randy go from his first official statement to the second official statement?
Because it didn't say anything. When he came back from spring training, he didn't say anything. And I think they were like, hey, man, you've got to say something. Or this is going to, if you don't say something that's better than the first one, this is going to linger. We can't have this linger. That's what I think.
Okay, but doesn't Randy seem like the kind of guy that would just say, well, okay, I see where you're coming from on that, but I'm Randy Arozarena, and I've already given you an official statement, and I don't care what you think?
My guess would be that Manny Acta had a very good chat with Randy Arozarena, and I bet Randy Arozarena really respects the heck out of Manny Acta, and I think Manny Acta probably went to Randy and said, we need to squash this and bury this right now, because if you don't, it's just something that's going to linger, and we can't have it. We're trying to win a World Series here. We cannot let this be a distraction. And so they came out.
Do you think he sincerely meant what he said?
No.
I don't either, but that's fine. We've all done that in our marriages. We've all done that. We've all apologized and not really meant it.
Of course. Absolutely. But at least they did it. I mean, that's what you have to do. What he said, or what I wrote that the Mariners used, was exactly what he needed to come out and say.
I don't blame either one of those guys. I blame Mark DeRosa. If that was his philosophy going in, where we're not going to fraternize with other players, that's so stupid.
Maybe it was, but maybe we don't know that. I don't know. Maybe it was a team thing, not Mark DeRosa. Maybe it was the veteran players on the team that decided to do that.
I guess. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that came out yesterday, though, and then Cal's response to it, but I still hope that Randy gets off to a good start.
Sure.
I mean, more so than Cole Young or anybody else. I worry a little bit about Cole Young.
Why?
Because now the expectations for Cole Young are like, oh my God, you see how he's lighting it up? He hit a 500-foot home run, 6 home runs in spring. How many times have we seen guys light it up in spring training and then, well, Cole Young, he's scuffling a little bit, 0 for 13, but I'm sure he's going to come out of it in the Yankee series, or whatever. Not to jinx the kid, but you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, though, if you're Cole Young. Like, if he had stunk it up in spring training, you'd be like going, oh, my God, he's never going to figure it out.
Was that
and now that he's lighting it up, you assume that he's going to carry that over to the first series, second series, first month, whatever. But
was that a Rick
not
Riz?
Necessarily.
Was like trying to do a Rick Riz? Like, hey, everybody. Are you trying to do Riz or?
I don't know what I was trying to do, but I was trying to. It's always, in baseball, somebody's scuffling when they're not playing well. They're scuffling. Well, you never hear an NFL player, that's having a bad game. Well, he's scuffling today. No, that's just at the baseball field.
Well, they've got you're going to hear from Bill Krueger coming up in a little bit, but they've got, this probably the most talented, deepest team they've ever had. Just 1 through 9, if they all stay healthy with Donovan. leading things off, then Cal, then Julio, then you go Naylor, Rosarina, and then you piecemeal it after that. Whether it's Ref Snyder and Canzone at DH, Robles and Rayleigh in right field, and then Cole Young and J.P. Crawford. Now, we'll be curious to see what J.P. might not start the season playing shortstop right away, or not because of that shoulder, but. Yeah, it's hard not to get excited for Cole Young, right? We do this every year with spring training numbers. We don't get too depressed when the numbers are bad, but then we overreact when they're really good. But his spring training's been phenomenal. He's got an OPS over 1,000. He slugged over 660 during the spring, 6 home runs. Those 2 shots he hit this weekend were absolute, just missiles. And
what was it? One of them was what, 478?
Yeah, people forget last year he hit the longest home run of the season. Cole Young.
And what is he? He's not that big of a kid either.
No, not at all. But he's had a little bit of weight. He's just gotten better, and he's 22. It's gonna. Think about it. He's 3 years younger than Julio, and Julio's been in the league for 5 years. But I know it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a great start to the season, and there's a lot of expectations. Everyone's picking them. You go look at the preview section of the Times. I think everybody had him in the World Series except for Debbie Downer, Matt Calkins. I think Calkins had him losing the divisional round, but everybody else had him in the World Series against the Dodgers.
I'm no one to call anybody else a Debbie Downer. I know that. but yeah, Calkins, well, what the heck? Maybe that's how he truly feels about it.
Of course, yeah. We got to be different. Everyone's picking him to win it all.
The Yankees are favored to win the American League.
How do you know the odds on that one?
They're 10-1 to win the World Series, and the Mariners are 12-1.
All right. Is a credit union on your stop on the way up to Seattle, or?
No. I might be okay though. I forgot that I've the 4th Wednesday of every month I get the Social Security benefits coming in.
Okay. Well.
So yeah. Is that okay to take it out of that? To gamble with that?
I think you can do whatever you want. It's your money.
Okay. Yeah, the government's paying me, so yeah. All right, I'll do it on Wednesday.
Safe travels up to the great state or great city of Seattle. I won't see you the rest of the week because no show on Wednesday and Friday because I'm taking it off.
Okay, Puck. You have a good time.
I am going to have a good time. I'm going to think of you.
How's your game?
Golf? Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. You know what? This is what I hate. This is why I love the sport. So 2 visits ago, I went to the driving range. Just great. Everything. Perfect. Then I went yesterday. Can't hit a shot. Can't hit anything. Frustrating. It's a frustrating sport.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, I shot, the last Friday I was out there in Primeville. I shot 94 that day, and it was just buffoonery around the greens. I was playing hockey back and forth across the greens.
Oh, that's no fun. No fun.
No. Yeah.
Did they let you putt out?
Yeah, they let me putt out. God, at my age, though, with my knee issues, I have a hell of a time getting the ball out of the hole.
Get one of those things on the end of your putter.
I'm going to. I used to laugh at guys that got those things, and now I'm going to be one of them.
I like it. I like those.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Say hello to the family and the grandkids, and we will see you next week.
Okay, Puck. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. There he is, Jim Moore with us Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Thank you.
Drink Georgetown Tavern Beer. Your new, locally brewed, domestic-style lager. 4.2% alcohol. Cheap, good, local.
If it's fun you desire, it's fun you're going to get at Flat Stick Pub. It doesn't matter what the occasion is, whether it's date night, guys night, ladies night, or large group event, Flat Stick Pub's got you covered. They have 6 great locations across the Pacific Northwest, from Pioneer Square to Kirkland, South Lake Union, Spokane, Bellingham, and Redmond. All locations offer the best pub experience in Washington. 2 rules at Flat Stick Pub: drink local and have fun. Pretty simple. So if you like to have fun, love local beer, and great tasting food, make Flat Stick Pub your next spot. Visit them at flatstickpub.com. Big thanks to the go-to guy joining us again here on this Monday. Big thanks to Brotherton Cadillac, and also a Clean Streak for bringing you the go-to guy. We'll catch up with him next week as he makes his way up there to Seattle. Well, he's back for another year. William Krueger, old school baseball. Bill Krueger, of course, former Mariners pitcher, former big leaguer, former Mariners TV analyst, is back for another year here on the Daily Puck Drop in Puck Sports. We are thrilled to have him. We also are thrilled to have a brand new sponsor for Old School Baseball. Big thanks to the crew there at All Aces Concrete Coatings. Bo and his crew are the proud sponsors here of Old School Baseball here with Bill Krueger. So we're happy to have All Aces Concrete Coatings with us. If you're tired of that messy garage and garage floor, let Bo and the pros at All Aces make it look fantastic. They specialize in high-quality epoxy castings and custom garage cabinets that turn your ordinary concrete into something extraordinary. Bo and his crew do garages, driveways, patios, pool decks, and basements. Certified Pentec dealers. Every installer professionally trained and certified by the manufacturer, and their products are backed by the manufacturer's lifetime warranty. Visit their website that was shared on your screen at allacesconcretecoatings.com, or give them a call at 206-472-0543. Big thanks to All Aces Concrete Coatings and Bo for bringing you Old School Baseball with Bill Krueger with us every single Monday.
If you're a homeowner in Seattle or one of the surrounding high-end neighborhoods and your garage still feels unfinished, there's usually a reason that matters. Bare concrete stains, cracks, and never really looks clean. And every time you walk through it, it feels like the one part of your home you never actually finished. At All Aces Concrete Coatings, we install Pentex polyurea. It's like epoxy, but 4 times stronger. Slip resistant and backed by a lifetime warranty. And with 0% interest financing available in up to 24 months, you don't have to pay everything up front. We are certified installers with over 9 years of experience of construction, and we've fully prepped the concrete with no shortcuts. Hit the link below to see a real price range estimate for your garage.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, Old School Baseball, Bill Krueger. We're happy to have him back for another year of talking Mariners baseball. It's great to have you. You are a hit. People love you. They can't wait to get enough of you every year. And they were screaming. They were pounding down my door. I was emails, texts, phone calls. When's Krueger on? When does he start? And I'm like, hey, I've got to go through people that go through people to get to another person that finally gets to Krueger. And we broke down the walls to get you on. So thank you. Welcome back. Happy opening day of baseball week.
Yeah, this is, I think, one of the highlight weeks of the year. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, I mean, opening day is so historic and meaningful. The rites of spring, hope springs eternal, all those things that we've had that in our minds, and every team feels like it's their year. And that's what's so wonderful about it. And then they got to play 162, and those that are without their bathing suits when the tide comes in, that's the ones that get exposed. But I don't think this club is going to have any bathing suit problems. I'm telling you right now.
Well, we are thrilled to have you back on for another year. We're also thrilled to have a brand new sponsor, not only just a brand new sponsor for Bill Krueger, but a brand new sponsor here for the Daily Puck Drop and Puck Sports. And big thanks to Bo Dotson and his crew and everybody over there at All Aces Concrete Coatings. They're going to bring you Old School Baseball, Bill Krueger, all year long. If you're tired, if you're like me, okay, because I am. I've got an old school garage, and I'm tired of that garage. I'm tired of the floor on that garage. If you're like me and want that floor on your garage fixed, or any other concrete issues, patio issues, around your pool issues fixed, I'm going to tell you the guys there at All Aces Concrete Coatings are going to do it for you. Bo and the crew are going to take care of you. They specialize in high-quality epoxy castings and custom garage cabinets that turn your ordinary concrete into something extraordinary. Bo and his crew do garages, driveways, patios, pool decks, and basements. They're certified Pentec dealers, and every installer is professionally trained and certified by the manufacturer, and their products are backed by manufacturer's lifetime warranty. Go visit their website, allacesconcretecoatings.com, or give them a call, 206-472-0543. Just like they guarantee their work, Bill Krueger guarantees all of his opinions every single week. as we talk baseball. You've got lofty expectations for these guys this year, no?
Oh yeah. I mean, when you're, an out away or a one moment away from the World Series, you have to feel like, well, hope springs eternal for sure. That you're at the precipice. This is a club that had Brian Wu not suffered an injury and was not available really until the end of the playoffs. They play the Dodgers in the World Series. And oh, by the way, the Dodgers that are getting this whole idea that they're some kind of iconic team, give me a break. They shouldn't have won that series. Toronto outplayed them. And I think the Mariners get into a contest with the Dodgers. I don't think they'd have let them up for air. That's what I think. But, this is sort of the rite of passage. We've seen a lot of dynastic teams. I'm not saying the Mariners are dynastic, but teams that have to hit the wall first, and then they have this sort of aha moment where they realize that they're just so close and that they dig their heels in a little bit more. The club made more commitments to make the club better. That frontline pitching's intact. They've added to the lineup. They've got confidence. They've got leadership. I think everything's in place for them to chase down that first time to get to the World Series in Mariner history.
What gives you so much confidence in this year's team when you compile what they did maybe in the off season and then I guess being battle tested from a year ago?
Most of it's battle tested. I think lessons are learned. There was an unfortunate injury to your number one pitcher. Really weren't able to take complete advantage of him. And then you play at the highest level, and you learn a lot when you do play at the highest level about where your mindset needs to be another notch up, and that you're now comfortable in that position of being the one that's being chased. And that's a different place. But this club has added a guy like Josh Naylor, signs a 5-year, $90 million deal. He, I think, represents the tip of the spear of this lineup. And I don't mean that from a performance standpoint. I'm talking about from a character standpoint. I'm talking about what it means to win every day kind of standpoint. But what makes this team such an odds-on choice to go to the World Series and win the AL is their frontline pitching. They have great frontline pitching. And they had 3 guys, or actually 4 guys out last year, and they still got there. So I think, yes, we can get into the details of the rotation, but I see 2 guys that could be number ones that have been to the All-Star game that didn't have great years last year that will be great this year. You add that to Brian Wu and Luis Castillo, and then whenever Bryce Miller comes back, and that's as good as there is across the game. And a little addition on the offensive side. Naylor signs a long-term deal. They get Brendan Donovan in a trade with St. Louis, another guy that's an all-fields, put-it-in-play guy that comes to play every day. And then, we can't forget the guy that hits 60 and the guy that plays center. So a lot to look at and say, wow, this is a pretty good team.
Let's go more into what Brendan Donovan brings to this team, Bill. A guy that gets on base. He's just kind of that old school baseball player, right? Gritty. His first thing when he addressed the media down in Peoria was like, I play like my hair is on fire. He just, every team kind of that you've probably played on had a guy like Brendan Donovan, didn't it?
Yeah, I think if you're going to win, you have to have a player that brings that energy, that brings that I can't wait to get on the field and get after you kind of energy that lifts the club. And he doesn't just do it with his voice. He does it with the way he plays the game, and then he can back it up. He's a high on-base percentage guy. He's going to hit 30-plus doubles. He's going to hit 280. He's going to get on base 340, 350. And he's a pro hitter. He knows how to hit in situations. And I think when you look at this club and add a Naylor and a Donovan to a team that has a lot of power, they're kind of looking for more all-fields guys that could hit in a spot that add to the pressure that you're putting on the pitcher with a professional bat, a walk, or just fouling off a ton of pitches, using the whole field. You mix in some of those guys, those 2 guys in particular. That's really going to set the table for all the power the Mariners have. When you think about Raleigh, and you think about Rodriguez, you think about Rosarina. There's 3 guys in particular that have a lot of zoom.
What about a full year, a whole year? You brought him up in the beginning, but a full season of Josh Naylor and what he can provide.
Well, I think he's just a consummate leader, tough guy, makes others on the team better by just example. And he's just a smart guy. He's a smart player. He plays the game like there's no tomorrow. What we've learned about him is that he's an astute base runner. You know, I mean, his percentage of stealing bases was incredible. But his defense, I think what I see is nobody plays further away from first base in the league than Josh Naylor. He covers ground. He plays as far out on the island as possible, depending on the hitter. And he always is able to get over to first to make the play. And he's got good hands. He covers a lot of ground. And then offensively, he's going to hit 300. He's going to hit 20 plus. He's going to drive in 90 plus, and he's going to get on base at a high percentage. And if you watch him during the playoffs, he's the one guy. There's a lot of hitters in the league that make their hay off the 4 and 5 starter in the front end of the bullpen. There's this guy Naylor. He hits the best pitching. And I think that's a real definition of what it means to be a great hitter, is the guys that can hit the better pitchers in the league, and he's one of them.
Yeah, he's been such a great addition to this team. I mean, and you just saw it through, the last half of the season a year ago. You saw it certainly during the playoffs. I just think even in the WBC and the way he just carries himself, he's just. No player is perfect, Bill, but he's just this all-around very good offensive player, very good defensive player, the consummate professional, has fun, studies the game, student of the game. He's just the whole package. It's just guys like that make good teams, great teams, and championship teams. I just think that he has that DNA.
And it was clear that he wanted to be here. This wasn't just, this is the team that gave me the 1 extra year on my contract. Or this is the team that gave me a little bit more per year. So I'm going to go to Seattle because of that. He made it clear that he loves playing here, that he sees this team as a championship team, that he loves hitting in T-Mobile Park. How many times have you heard that? I think it's really interesting. We went through this whole period of time. Now, granted, T-Mobile Park is a good pitcher's park, particularly the first 3 months of the season. It is. And even after they brought the dimensions in, it's still a pretty good pitcher's park. But if you think about our premium hitters that we've had over the history of T-Mobile Park, most of them have been right-hand hitters, and they've died on the vine because of left center. And then you realize that actually Griffey might have been wrong, that this park is conducive to left-hand pull hitter. Because look what Raleigh did. And Naylor sees it too. Particularly the second half of the year. I mean, this park is not a bad place for a left-hand hitter who can pull the ball. And we've been punished by that because opponents have had all those guys and we haven't. It's like, hello, McFly, a left-handed pull hitter, a left-hand power hitter. Like, put it together. You've tried the Beltres, you've tried the Sextons. Hey, how about a lefty? Right? And so now with Raleigh and Naylor, those two guys, and then of course, you have to pay attention to what Canzone did last year. And he's got a chance to hit 20. And he's got the ability to hit the seats. So that helps. It puts pressure on right-hand pitching on the other team.
What do you think Cal Raleigh's follow-up act is?
I think this guy is wired for greatness. I think he takes and leaves no stone left unturned. He's a well-prepared, well-conditioned player. I think that it has to be somewhat of a shock to sort of digest what he did. But I think he's so much looking ahead and not caught up in what he's done already that I don't think it's going to bother him. I think he's realistic enough to realize that 60 is not something that anybody does every year. I mean, how many guys have hit 60, right? Maris, Ruth, and Judge. Notice who I left off that list. You know where I'm coming from then. We don't need to go into that discussion. But
that's
those
why
are
you're
the
old
three
school
guys that have done it.
baseball.
Those are the three guys that have done it. They're all Yankees. So whatever. But I don't think that's what is in his head. He's more about how do I make myself better? Can I cut my strikeout rate down a little bit? Look what he did last year. one of the big reasons he had a great year is that he became more balanced. He hit 280 and slugged well over 600 against left-handed pitching. He got way better as a right-hand hitter. He was really balanced. In fact, his numbers right-handed, even though he didn't have as many at-bats, were better than his left-handed numbers. So can he hit higher than 247? He did for a while. Can he cut his strikeouts down? Yeah, but we don't want him to do that and lose who he is as a hitter. And then defensively, I mean, he fielded almost perfectly, no passed balls. That's his standard. I mean, if you want to nitpick at him, 21% throwout rate, it could be better. You know, the elite guys, that the best in the league is doing it at about 30 to 40%. And a lot of that has to do with pitchers. And we got a power staff that isn't exactly quick to the plate. And so that doesn't help him. Okay. I'm not picking on his 21% throwout rate. I'm just saying that he's looking at that saying it can be better. Right. So I just think it's all those things. And then, you know, how they manage his innings and his games is really important because he's a lot like Kyle Seager. You have to straitjacket him. You have to sneak up behind him in the locker room. And you got to slip a straitjacket on him and actually cinch him down into a chair to take him off the field. I mean, it'd probably take more than a couple people to do it.
It's kind of like
he's a big boy.
Yeah, kind of like the A-Team when they would fly. If you ever watched the A-Team and they had to drug Mr. T, right, to get on the airplane. I think they're gonna have to drug Cal Raleigh to keep him out of the lineup. Let me ask you this, since you have, you know, you've sweated, you've bled in those clubhouses.
Yes.
Okay. Could there be any? I know they've both now put a statement out finally, just trying to squash what happened at the WBC, Randy and Cal. So that appears they've put that to bed, which is good. But do you think for Cal there could be any lasting effect of what transpired at the WBC that could carry over to the season? And the point being, he didn't have a great experience. I mean, he didn't play well. He was benched for the championship game. And, of course, the whole issue with the Rose Arena. Do you worry at all that could carry over into the regular season with him? Because I would imagine for the first time in his life, Bill, he was not playing and told we're going with a different guy over you.
Interesting choices that they made, and the fact that he didn't pitch hit. So what, Smith, because he plays for the Dodgers, is a better player? Oh, because they kept cycling through all their hitters. Eventually somebody had to run into one against the soft end of the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen. I mean, give me a break. And you know what? Eduardo Rodriguez, left-handed starter. Oh, we can't play Cal. Really? We just went through his right-handed numbers. Did I stutter? Slugged 690 against left-handed pitching last year. Did I stutter? Did I stammer? Who's the better catcher? I think numbers say Cal. So I guess, you know, you got to play for the Dodgers as a popularity contest, I guess. I mean, the rationale behind anything is sort of lame. DeRosa didn't even know that they had to have a certain run quotient to get to the next round.
But I guess my question is, do you think his experience there could have any lasting effect at all to the regular season?
I think once he and Randy made peace, not that I ever think there was really more than I think we made it out to be more than it was.
Okay.
Because Randy just was emotional at the moment. I don't think they have an issue with each other. And Randy just is not a person that he's a quiet guy. Mm-hmm. And Cal's kind of quiet too. And I think they've made peace. They're good teammates. They like each other. I think it's going to be A-okay going forward. I don't think there's going to be any more problems. That's what I think.
Okay.
And I think what hurts Cal, and it hurts a lot of players, is the WBC is just not in a good spot. As much as you love it, as much as the one and done, as much as it puts the world on stage and it's exciting, it's nationalism at its finest, it's all those kinds of things, players have to go through a step-by-step progression to get ready for the season. It's good to be in your spring training facility where you've got time to work on stuff,
right,
and you can take it step by step and you get yourself ready to play, and you get to see the 95s and the 87s and the 76s and the 64s pitch against you, and you work your way into the season. Instead, you got to go there and you're seeing one guy at a time and you're seeing the best they've got, and you're not playing every day. That doesn't get you ready for the season.
Yeah.
I worry about all the players that play in that. I remember Teoscar Hernandez struggled with us after the WBC. And I think that I'm trying to remember the guy's name, the all-time, the great shortstop for Philadelphia. What's his name? Anyways, his name is escaping me right now. The shortstop for the Phillies. Really good player. Runs like the wind. Whatever his name is. He's a good player. He went to WBC and went into a horrific slump to start the season. I worry about all the players.
Trey Turner.
Yeah. This is real. That's why it's not put in the right spot. Because I was, and then you want to compete like heck, and then everybody's collared. Oh, don't play my guy too many innings. Oh, don't pitch my guy too many innings. Don't pitch my guy back to back. Then what are we doing?
Yeah,
I was playing for keeps or not.
I was just coming more of a mental thing, not where the game is played. Now, that's a different discussion. That's not the road I was going down. Of just he was benched. He didn't have a good spring. He did not have a good experience there, and I wonder if it would carry it over. Well, hopefully it doesn't. Let's move on from that. A few more. Yeah. Cole Young has had a monster spring. Monster. 6 home runs. He's slugging over 660. OPS over 1,000. Boy, he really seems he has added power to his game, and what an addition that would be for this team, Bill, if you've got that at the bottom of your order.
Well, it's nice that he's got that kind of power, because that definitely creates a threat, and pitchers are aware of that when they face him, and that he can slug a little bit. In today's game, it means a lot to slug, because we don't play station-to-station baseball. As much as I would be more excited about, and not to say that he can't, be a little bit more willing to use the whole field and be a little more balanced. He showed stretches where he did that for a while. I think it's just maturation as a player. He's trying to figure out who he is. Last year was survival. I mean, I don't think he even had in his wildest dreams thought he would make the club and play. And then he was there, right? So he was probably a little too quick to the front of the biggest stage. So I think this year he's much more comfortable and ready to play in the big leagues. And if he can show some power, great. I just want him to play solid defense and have good at bats. He doesn't have to carry the team. So don't be a detriment. Don't get into a punch out fest. Don't start to struggle with balls that you can't handle. Nobody's asking him to be Roberto Alomar. Just make the standard play. So I'm excited to see how he does. I like him. I liked he and Williamson. Now Williamson's not here anymore, so we don't need to talk about him. But I liked them both. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, we got to get veterans everywhere. We got to have all-stars. We got to spend $1 zillion." Well, I didn't really have a problem with the infield with those guys there. So, Williamson's gone, and we got a better guy in that spot. But I'm a fan of Cole Young. I just wanted to see him go out and play and just be steady and get comfortable.
Julio Rodriguez, Bill, will enter his 5th year. He's just 25 years of age. And I think everybody around, it's unbelievable. People around baseball, both locally and nationally, feel like he's on the cusp of just having one of those seasons. Maybe not Cal Raleigh's season, but something to that degree. Are you getting that feeling with him?
It's hard for me to say because the pattern, the script has been so well, worn. This whole start slow, all-star break sorted out, monstrous August, and then struggle at the end. I mean, that's kind of been what is. But when you take a look at the overall numbers, they're good. He had a much better year this last year than the year before. His home runs were up, I guess, another 10, and his average was a little higher, and he slugged a little bit more. He had a few more doubles. But I thought what he did last year, as I look at him, and to answer your question, he's so tantalizingly talented and has this great attitude about being a great player, as far as we can see, that there is why wouldn't you bet on him? What package is out there that's 6'4", 235 and is like a freight train running down the tracks? I mean, there just isn't anything like him out there. Ohtani's the closest thing, and Ohtani doesn't play the field. A big guy that can fly like that, right? And has all these tools. Is he on the precipice? What I saw the second half says he is, because he flattened his bat. He got on time in the fastball. He didn't chase quite as much. whatever message it got through the layers of people that are talking to him, which is always a concern for me because he wants to be great. There's just sometimes too many messengers. I mean, too many chefs in the kitchen. All you need is one. There's one that's in particular I think he needs to listen to. The soft-spoken, unbelievable, generational right-hand hitter that's Latin, that's actually on the staff as the hitting coach. One of the greats of all time that talks about what it means to be in the box and how to react and how to prepare for that day's pitcher. Not about launch angle, not about video, not about all that, statistical garbage, just about what it means to be in the box and make an adjustment and be on time. And he got on time. He flattened his bat and he got on time. He looked much better the second half. I'd like to see that carry forward because when he was hot 2 years before, it wasn't because I saw an adjustment. He just got hot. And I saw a mechanical adjustment. He looked better the second half. And if he stays there, I think he gets off to a better start. And if he does, watch out, league, right? He might give you a 40-40 or a 50-50. And, my gosh, right? He just explodes in front of our eyes.
Well, I think it's almost there. I really do. I think he's real close to. I think he's real close to doing. He's been fantastic in the first 4 years. I think year 5 is going to be a big one for Julio Rodriguez. Ladies and gentlemen, big thanks to Bill Krueger. Old school baseball with Bill Krueger. He's with us every single week talking Mariners baseball. Big thanks to our new sponsor for Old School Baseball, Bill Krueger. All Aces Concrete Recordings. We're excited to have him back this year, talking baseball. If you want something done to your garage, your pool deck, your basement, your patio, go reach out to Bo and the crew there at allacesconcretecoatings.com. Give them a call, 206-472-0543. All right. Batting the hatches down. You and I, we're together here for the next 6-7 months every week. Okay, you ready for it?
I love it.
All right. World Series or bust for Bill Krueger. Thank you, Bill. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Puck.
If you're a homeowner in Seattle or one of the surrounding high-end neighborhoods and your garage still feels unfinished, there's usually a reason that matters. Bare concrete stains, cracks, and never really looks clean. And every time you walk through it, it feels like the one part of your home you never actually finished. At All Aces Concrete Coatings, we install Pentex polyurea. It's like epoxy, but 4 times stronger. Slip resistant and backed by a lifetime warranty. And with 0% interest financing available in up to 24 months, you don't have to pay everything up front. We are certified installers with over 9 years of experience of construction, and we've fully prepped the concrete with no shortcuts. Hit the link below to see a real price range estimate for your garage.
Big thanks to Bill Krueger, who was joining us there talking baseball there, and big thanks to our brand new sponsor, All Aces, and the crew there at All Aces, bringing you Bill Krueger, Old School Baseball. All Aces Concrete Coatings. The website, allacesconcretecoatings.com. Give them a call, 206-472-0543. Bill Krueger with us throughout the baseball season, and we are thrilled to have Bill back on board. He's very bullish on the Mariners World Series or bust there for the Yims. They are, I think, the second best odds. Jim and I were talking earlier behind the New York Yankees. So, but it's got to be a fantastic year. Gets all underway, of course, there on Thursday. We are going to have, because we're off Wednesday, Thursday, or I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we will have an opening day special show that will come out on Thursday. Wednesday, we will have Ryan Divish, as well as some other guests there on Wednesday that will be a part of the Daily Puck Drop, because we're going to put up new content on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So even though we're technically not here, we're going to be here there for you. And we'll have a special opening day show that will have all of our guests together for a preview there coming up on Thursday. All right, let's get to other things here in the show. And I said there was going to be something coming out in terms, therefore, the Sonics when it talked about expansion, and it did come out finally. And again, you're going to maybe see this and go, I'm really not sure what that means or what type of impact that this has really with the Sonics. Well, it does. There is a story that just came out a few minutes ago, Kraken ownership. Seattle Kraken have launched a parent brand. Now, this has been in the works for quite some time, but they have formed the One Roof Sports and Entertainment to support future ambitions. That future ambition, of course, would be the pursuit of the Seattle Supersonics. It reaches an agreement to increase their stake in the Climate Pledge Arena. Think of this like Paul Allen and Vulcan Sports. It's the same thing. He created Vulcan Sports, and it was an umbrella that oversaw everything, right? The stadium, it oversaw the Seahawks, and it oversaw the Blazers. This is essentially what it is. They put out a statement probably about a half an hour ago. The ownership group of the Kraken, led by Samantha Holloway, announced the launch again of One Roof Sports and Entertainment to oversee a growing portfolio of properties and fuel new opportunities. In addition, Holloway announced that One Roof Sports and Entertainment and the Oakview Group have entered into an agreement on a pre-planned ownership transition designed to enable the pursuit of future opportunities. One Roof Sports and Entertainment will become the majority owner of Climate Pledge Arena, and OVG, still maintaining a significant minority stake, will continue its role in booking and operating the award-winning venue under a long-term agreement. So One Roof Sports and Entertainment will serve as the umbrella brand for the Kraken, Climate Pledge, One Roof Foundation, Kraken Community Iceplex, the partnership with the City of Seattle and Seattle Public Schools to redevelop the new Memorial Stadium, Seattle Center, and represent the enterprise's interest in the AHL's Coachella Valley Firebirds and their arena down there, and also created for the new NBA team, or Sonics coming back NBA team. So that has been talked about. They have put this in motion almost a year ago. There were people that were being hired for this specific role, people that used to work with the Kraken that were being, I guess, rebranded to what their positions were to serve not just the Kraken, but this One Roof. So this has been in the works for a while. Finally became official today. Again, we're going to catch up with Tim Booth tomorrow. He's going to jump on. We're going to catch up with him in New York City. The meetings start tomorrow, and then Wednesday will be the vote. And again, it's going to be a formality. They're going, again, if it's confusing, but they're going to basically approve to then move to the next step when it comes to expansion with Seattle and Las Vegas, to open it up to the bids. And if there's different ownership groups that are involved, listen, there's one ownership group involved here in Seattle. It's that group right there. Now, there may be some other partners that come in and be a part of it, but it's that group right there. For Vegas, I don't really know what the deal in Vegas is. I have zero kind of idea what the Vegas situation there is after LeBron's group pulled out. But that is the very latest with what's going on with the Sonics. Again, follow Tim Booth on social media and SeattleTimes.com. All right, on this day, March 23rd, on this day, of course, brought to you by Hive Social. Get in with Hive Social, the official social meetup app on Puck Sports. Download the social app on iOS and Google Play. It is free. That is Hive Social, HYV Social. Again, iOS and Google Play. On this day, some happy birthdays. Boy, this guy was pretty fast, and there's no way that I could do this, and many of you can't do it. Some of you may. He was the first ever to achieve this in Oxford University. The sub-4-minute mile. You know him. We all know him. Roger Bannister in 1954. He's no longer with us. Would have been 96 years of age today. The meet, which broke the 4 minutes, took place in Oxford. It was watched over by 3,000 people. It was windy and cold that day. They were concerned about the environment and the situation, but Bannister prevailed. But later, only 46 days later, after he broke the 4-minute mile, his rival, John Landy, broke the mark, finishing in 3 minutes, 57.9 seconds. But Roger Bannister, happy birthday to the first ever athlete to break the 4-minute mile. Also, legendary hoops coach Gino Auriemma is 72 today. He was born in Italy. His family immigrated to Pennsylvania when he was a kid. He went on to attend Westchester University, graduated in 1977, got into coaching right away at St. Joe's University. He started his coaching career in women's basketball as an assistant coach, in high school at a local high school in Pennsylvania. He got into college coaching on the women's side in 1981 as an assistant at Virginia. He would stay there until 1985. He would take over the University of Connecticut basketball program. Before his arrival, the UConn basketball team had posted only just one winning season. His first season, they finished 12-15. That is his only losing season ever at UConn, was his very first year. He currently holds a winning percentage in the regular season at UConn at 89% clip. 12 NCAA titles, 8-time Naismith Coach of the Year, 3-time Olympic gold medal winning coach. More happy birthdays to pass out. The great Moses Malone, born on this day, Hall of Fame center, and was the MVP in 79, 82, and 83. 12-time NBA All-Star. Malone passed away back in 2015. He was 60 years of age. And one more happy birthday going out. One of the best that's ever played. One of the best to ever come out of the Bay Area. Used to battle the great Gary Payton on the concrete courts there, asphalt courts in the Bay Area when he was a little kid. Jason Kidd is 53 today, 10-time All-Star, 5-time first teamer. Of course, went on to star at Cal, then drafted number 2 overall in the NBA draft. Player has been a head coach now in the league. All that happening on this day, March 23rd. Again, on this day brought to you by Hive Social. Big thanks to Hive Social. Download the official Puck Sports Meetup app on iOS or Google Play. That is HYV Social. We wrap up Monday's show with Hey What the Puck, which is brought to you by Tersuli Construction, emergency response to full-scale rebuilds and remodels. Tersuli Construction is a full-service contractor. They're going to handle your project from start to finish. Go local. They are locally owned and operated out of Ballard. They are proudly serving the Puget Sound region for over 15 years. So if you're dealing with damage or planning what's next, call the team that does it all. Tersuli Construction, restoring what matters, building what's next. Give them a call at 206-793-3744 and visit tersuli.com. This can apply to everything, all walks of life, sports, non-sports. Just, can we start being nicer to everyone? Just whether it's in person, online, emails, texts, whatever. Just start being nicer to people. Everyone today is so mad and angry with each other. Stop it. Just take a step back. Stop being angry at everyone. Okay? Just do it. Try today. Here, do something today. Okay? Go do something nice for someone. Go open the door for someone. Pay for someone's lunch today. Buy someone's coffee. Say hello. Just do something. Hey, that hat looks nice on you. Try it out today. Just do something nice for someone today, because everyone is just mad at everyone and mad at everything right now. And again, things are crazy, but just treat each other with some respect. How about that? All right, that's Hey What the Puck, brought to you by Tersuli Construction. Restoring what matters, building what's next. Give them a call, 206-793-3744. Visit them at tersuli.com. All right. Again, abbreviated shows this week. We'll be on tomorrow live on Tuesday's show. John Canzano will be joining us tomorrow. Also, for you Cougar fans, coming on tomorrow's show, the head football coach at Washington State University, Kirby Moore, will be on tomorrow's show. We will also catch up with Tim Booth from New York City to get the very latest on the NBA news and expansion there in New York City. Also on Wednesday, you're going to get Ryan Divish. We also have a new sports pit this week with Matt Stretch Johnson with a surprise. Thursday, we'll have KJ. We'll have another episode of KJ Arts coming out, and we'll have some special stuff coming up on Friday. Also, I should say on Thursday, we will have our opening day show as well. All right, that's it for us here on a Monday. As always, we appreciate everybody watching and listening. Thank you for all the support that you give us here every single day. It means the world to us. Big thanks to all of our sponsors. Could not do it without the help of our sponsors. Limback Lumber, Flat Stick Pub, Georgetown Brewery, Check out their website, georgetownbeer.com, Hive Social, Tersuli Construction, and our brand new sponsor there of Bill Krueger. Big thanks to All Aces Concrete Coatings. Go visit them at allacesconcretecoatings.com. Phone number 206-472-0543. Real happy to have them on board this year. You can find today's Daily Puck Drop up on YouTube. When you're there, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Follow the show. You may watch the videos, but not follow the show. So hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Trying to get to as many as we can. The negative ones, we don't. Also, go to pucksports.com and sign up to become a Puck's Posse member. We give you 3 bonus shows every single week. Sports Pit coming out tomorrow. Wednesdays with Ryan Divish, Inside Pitch, and KJ Arntz on Thursday. Also, we produced the Garage with Gas Take 5 podcast, normally out on Mondays, but the boys are taking it off, and they will be on tomorrow. So that will be coming out tomorrow. All right? That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. As always, we promise to be better.
No shirt, no shoes, no ties.
Would anybody like to smoke some pot?
Yeah. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you, but you were born to rub me first.
What do you need my address for? We like to send out a mailer.
Mother of mercy, I don't speak Japanese!